Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Hey guys, this is Scott. We're looking at dwarf planet Ceres today, and what we're looking at are some structures in its southern pole. Can you see the structures? I don't believe I need to point them out to you. I honestly think you'll be a little surprised at all the structures in this one single photo of 250 megabytes. Dwarf planet Ceres. The structures are pretty easy to find, but once you find them, you're kind of wondering what the hell you're looking at. At first, what you think you're looking at is some photos sewn together incorrectly, or maybe pixelization. But then you come to realize it's neither of those. What you're actually looking at is a series of black, dark structures lined up together like a large wall going different directions. Let's look at the structure on the right side of this crater. Can you see it? Doesn't it look like something you might see when you're driving your car to the local shopping mall? The size, the structures, it looks like a normal building. Of course, some of the other structures, however, don't look anything like our kind of buildings here on Earth. Some of the structures look more like fungus growing on a tree. Have you ever seen anything like this before in your life? This one might be a little bit more challenging to see. It is much larger, and I believe it's a ship, with a large black window on the top. I'm not going to point to it. I think you know where it is. Not too far away from this ship are some structures, of course, because the northern and southern poles of planet Ceres, well, it has more life on it than you could even imagine. Can you see the long structure at the upper left corner of this video? How about the other structures? These ones are a little bit more challenging to see. All it takes is letting your eyes get used to the contrast, the dark mixed with the light, and then suddenly you notice that there is a structure, an alien building in the very crater you're looking at. Or is there many structures? Something strange about this crater here. Not to mention this huge antenna on one side. And on the other, layers upon layers. Not of metal, but buildings. Buildings built upon buildings, made to appear to be a fake surface around the crater. Here are some more alien buildings. Just this one section you could stare at for hours, if there wasn't just so many more areas to look at. So many more structures in such a small area. The people in Ceres seem to not care about hiding the structures at all. But for some reason, NASA always blurs them out in the close-up images. But remember, this is a 250 megabyte size image of the entire dwarf planet. So what we're seeing is more detail than we've ever seen before. Alien structures from our ancient descendants. Are they really aliens? Or are they the ones that helped create life on Earth long ago? Look at the edges. They look like photos that were sewn together, but they're not. They're not pixelization either, and you can see that. They're actually layers built upon layers of buildings to make it look like the edge of the crater. These buildings, have you ever seen anything like it in a NASA photograph before? These structures, the detail is so incredible, so magnificent. The buildings and structures I'm showing you right now are just a small percentage, not even 1%, of what I found in this photograph. Do you see this wall here? Do you see the black buildings? Well, let's find one that's a little bit bigger then, if you can't see it. Can you see the black buildings now? See the wall of black buildings going here to there and across the side of the crater? And do you see the wall here? All these black buildings here, tall shadows? Those are alien structures. As I said before, what you're looking at is not pixelization. They are how an alien culture makes their buildings on the surface of planet Ceres. But let's move down a little bit more to see what else we find. Do you see the other buildings there? Some of you will, but they're too small. So let's find some more obvious buildings. Do you see the more obvious buildings yet? They're black. These structures here, for instance, are very long, with dark window area underneath. They seem to like the darkness very much. A lot of the structures have right angles to them, 90-degree angles, and that's easier for humans to identify as being a structure, a building. There's so many structures to be seen. This photo's too big to see them all. Can you see the structures in front of you now? Just about everything you're looking at is an alien structure. Maybe this will make it a little easier. This is not pixelization. There is incredible focus in this area and incredible detail. What you're looking at is an artificial environment, an artificial surface on dwarf planet Ceres. Do you notice this structure right here? This round dome on one side of the crater, not to mention the little structures everywhere. Let's go down and find some other structures. Can you see them? Don't think I should point them out to you. I'll just let you see and notice the ones you do. Some of which will be easier to see, and some will be more difficult. A lot of the structures are hidden inside and next to artificial craters. Can you see the white structures there? The white ones really stand out. Now, if this was pixelization, you would not see pixelization go behind the crater. But look at this. This white object, this line keeps going and going and going. And underneath this white line, which looks like smoke, but I don't believe it is more of the structures. Now, the first time I looked at this area of the map, I thought, wow, looks like pixelization. It looks like a mistake. And then I took a closer look, and I realized with all the focus and all the perfection in this photo, the only mistake was me seeing it as pixelization. How do you see it? So why did they build so many structures there? It must have taken thousands and thousands of years to build so many structures on dwarf planet Ceres. The time it must have taken might have been hundreds of thousands of years. Much more time than it took for the rise of the human species. But look at those structures. Many different sections of these structures, many different areas, almost looks like something you might see in a Star Wars movie. Something created by special effects. And yet it's not. It's not special effects. It's not broken graphics. It's not pixelization. It's 100% focused. Now, you've heard me talk about the white ceramic buildings in the past. They're extremely reflective, and when the light hits them at the right angle, they are impossible to photograph any detail of. Now, some of these are white ceramic structures, but the light hits it just right in some of them where you cannot see any detail. It's not pixelization. These are buildings, and some of which you can see because they're tilted at the right angle. But some of them you cannot, because the light is reflecting off of them at the wrong angle. Why do you think that aliens go out of their way to hide themselves so much? Not just from us. I don't think they're hiding out there around these crater rims, around these rocky edges from us. They're not afraid of humans. Do you think they're afraid of each other? That alien species do not get along. That often they fight and destroy and wipe out each other. Try looking inside the craters here. Do you see the long black structures following themselves? Those long black structures, those are buildings built by an alien intelligence. Both of these craters you see before you now have structures in them. The one on the lower right has a newer structure. The one in the upper left is a very, very ancient structure. You can see the difference, can't you? The structures here are a little bit easy to notice and kind of obvious. But do you notice the TR3B triangle craft landed at the center of the crater? If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell on the side so you always get alerts whenever I make a new video. Thank you very much. ET Database, signing out.